Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to the last month, the final month of 2025. Today we're talking about, and we're summarizing everything we've done this year so far and prepping for and planning and creating a framework for next year. Why? Because we don't want to go into the year and say, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing this year. We want to have a plan and a strategy to apply and hit the ground running day one. That means January 1st. Well, today we're talking about primary feelings and emotions, and I changed my idea of what I wanted to talk about this today, because I think this is a very telling thing for us. So beginning of the year, we looked at, well, what are our primary emotions, and what are we feeling, and what are our emotions that are popping up the most for us during the day. And we picked a positive and a negative one, and mine was positive was love, negative was, and we're applying the labels to it, right? Love is not positive or negative. It can be actually very negative depending on what you associate with it. And my other one was frustration. Now, to me, mostly frustration is a negative, because when I'm feeling frustrated, I am not my best self, and I'm not performing or doing anything to the best of my ability, because I'm frustrated and I expect things to be different than they are. It doesn't work. And I've learned over the last few years for sure how disempowering that is, and that me feeling frustrated is just giving away my personal power to whatever the thing is that's frustrating me. AKA, in my household, we have 2 dogs, and they require as much maintenance and love and kindness and caring and things as the 2 little babies in my household, my granddaughters. And so to me that can be frustrating, because I'm always trying to get something else done on the side, right? And if I have to stop and get interrupted in what I'm doing, 30 times a day, that gets old. So I decided that I needed to flip the way I was looking at that. But that has nothing to do with you. It's got to do with me. Well, today, what we're going to look at, we're going to do 2 things today. And I want to kind of apologize for that, but not. But I want to hop into and apply the SOAP framework one more time this year. In order to do that, we have to have, and I have to pick one, and you have to pick an area, maybe a setback, a roadblock, an obstacle, a problem, a challenge, whatever it is for you. Maybe pick your biggest one right now, and let's see if we can't knock this out for you so that you know what to do going forward. I use the SOAP framework literally automatically all day long, every day, because I have a life where stuff comes up all the time and it has to get dealt with, but I don't want to spend a ton of mental time and energy doing it. So over the last 6 years, I've developed and used, and every single day, and taught thousands of people to do it too, something called the SOAP framework, SOAP. Developed it during COVID, which was perfect because a lot of us were stuck and we didn't know what to do. And so it allowed us to say, okay, what's the story? What's the situation? What are my options? What action am I going to take? And then, am I making progress? Is it working or not? And then back again, do it over and over and over again. I love cyclical processes that like a flywheel, it plays upon itself. What you feed into it brings out more than what you feed into it, sometimes 100-fold more. So if I deal with my frustration, I know I'm at least 10 times more effective. So today, all I want you to do is notice, as you go about your day in your business, what is the number one feeling or emotion that pops up for you. At the end of the day, share that in the comments below. And then you don't during the day judge it, just notice it. I actually usually take a little post-it note, and as I notice an emotion or a feeling, I write it down. Then I add a little hash mark every time, or little line every time I notice that again. And at the end of the day, I look at it and I say, I guess I was excited today. Now, excited can go either way, right? Most of our emotions can go either way. They can be positive and they can be negative. Even stress can be positive or negative, right? And I have a lot of decades of experience with excess stress. It can be either eustress, EU, or de-stress. De-stress, bad for us. Eustress, good for us. It means we're stretching, we're reaching out of our comfort zone, and we're creating the life that we want to create. Everything we want is outside of our comfort zone, right? If it were in our comfort zone, we would have it already, right? So today, an area of your business or your life, it's business, so let's pick one for our business that we want to change, improve, deal with, create a plan for next year, whatever, but we're going to apply the SOAP framework to it. And then I'm also going to add, and we're going to double up the last days of the year, because I want to go through the ideas process, and I want us to take one more run through that one day at a time to make sure that we've got these 2 tools in our toolbox, so if we need them going forward, we don't feel like we don't know what to do. We can always pull out one of these tools and apply it, meaning, our subconscious, we can pull it up and we can say, okay, I'm going to soap this up, or I'm going to add the ideas process or the growing process from last year, or any of the other processes that we've created over the last 5-6 years. All right. Any questions? Actually, it's been 8 years. This is our 8th year of doing an annual challenge. If I can help you in any way, all you have to do is ask. Otherwise, have fun with this. We're not judging, we're just noticing. Maybe you're going to notice that you feel love all day long, or curiosity, or excitement, or possibility, or whatever it is for you. Share in the comments below so we can help one another and learn from one another. And I will suspect that we will observe and notice that a whole lot of us feel the same emotion as other people, right? We always think, since it's our experience, that we're the only one feeling it, and it's the most intense and the most extreme, and our situation is, as it should be, the most important one in the world. But it's incredible how many of our businesses are going through similar changes and transitions and feelings and growth challenges simultaneously. Literally millions, right? Tens of thousands for sure, but probably millions. And my daughter's into all kinds of interesting things now, and so she shares all this stuff with me about what's going on in the universe and solar flares in the world, and astronomy and astrology and all these things, which most of it goes right over my head. But every once in a while I catch a couple things, I'm like, oh, well, maybe that explains why I've had a headache for 3 days, or maybe that explains and is partly contributing to why this is off, or why this is going really well. All right, any questions, ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.